Here is the uncomplicated way to make compost bins for free and to take your food scraps and turn those into black gold. Composting doesn't have to be that complicated. All you need to do is throw your food scraps, coffee grounds, tea leaves, some yard scraps, maybe a little bit of your native soil, and some browns like decayed leaves, some old cardboard, egg cartons. Mix it all together, let it sit for a couple weeks, flip it periodically, make sure it doesn't get too dry. During the rainy season, you don't even have to touch it. If it's a dry season, spray it with the water hose every so often, and that's it. It doesn't have to be scary. Just add your materials, flip your compost, let it sit for a couple months, and you've got black gold, the best garden soil that you can use, made from home. You know what went into your soil, so you know it's clean, and guess what? The best part, it's free. My favorite source of greens for the compost are yard scraps. I just walk around the yard and collect grasses, vines, and weeds. I chop them all up and then I can add them directly to the compost. Now, I take these chopped up greens and I mix them directly into the compost pile. Now that our compost bin is full, I like to cover the compost with a layer of hardwood mulch, and then I will use some old dead palm fronds to cover the pile as well. This will keep the moisture in. I'll let this pile sit here for about 1 month. I will continually flip it every couple weeks, and this is going to be black gold compost before you know it. Now that we've got 2 full compost bins, I'm going to show you how I make my compost bins for free. I'm always looking for cost-efficient ways to do my projects, and there's nothing more cost-efficient than free. These pallets are what I use to make my compost bins completely for free, and I'm going to show you how I design those. Now, let me show you how I build my compost bins. Once I've built my new compost bin, I like to till up the soil with my mattocks. That will aerate the soil, it will activate those native microbes, and it will assist with the decomposition of the new compost pile that's going into this bin. One of my absolute favorite amendments to add to the compost is coffee grounds. Now, even if you're not a coffee drinker, you can still get quite a bit of coffee grounds from your local community to bulk up your compost. What I did is I went to a local independent coffee shop. I told them I was an organic farmer and I politely asked them if I could use their spent grounds to add to my garden. And they have been helping me out ever since. I will drop off 2 5-gallon buckets and they will fill them up with old spent espresso coffee grounds, and I will trade out the buckets every couple weeks. And this is a great amendment that I can add to my compost and add to my garden as well. Don't forget, whatever you harvest in your garden, you better share with them. Recently, I grew some butternut squash that I brought to the local coffee shop, and they made butternut squash scones from the butternut squash. So be polite, ask them if you can use their spent coffee grounds, and make sure that you share some of the harvest that you get from this black gold. Woo! I'm a sweaty spaghetti. I just got done working in the garden. What's up, baby? Yes, of course I took a shower after coming in from outside. So anyways, let's talk about some of the things that you can compost from inside your house. The most popular thing that people compost is fruit scraps or any type of fruit or vegetable peels. That is going to be the bulk of the organic matter that you put into your compost, along with coffee grounds, tea leaves, and other organic plant materials. Heck, you could even throw these flowers in there when they start to wilt and hope that they start to grow wildflowers from your compost pile. Other things that you can add to your compost pile are egg cartons. So this is completely biodegradable. Once you're done with your eggs, you can cut this up, tear it into small pieces, throw it into the compost, and that is some of the browns that you want in your compost. Other things that you can add to your compost, toilet paper roll. Just like the egg carton, this is completely biodegradable. It's made of paper. Tear it up into small pieces, throw it into your compost pile. Another thing that I love to add to my compost pile is cardboard and the paper that comes inside the cardboard. Of course, you want cardboard or paper that has no stickers or glue or any type of plastic or laminate on there. So this paper right here is perfect to tear up into small pieces and throw it into the compost. Another thing that people don't think about is paper towels. I wouldn't recommend throwing in the white bleached paper towels, although you could add those to your compost. These paper towels we bought from Sprouts. They're 100% recycled. You'll see they're brown, and on the package it says no added dyes, inks, or fragrances. So after we use these, as long as there's no chemicals that we use, which all of our cleaners are organic as well, we will tear this up, throw it into the compost. And last, but certainly not least, the last thing you can add to your compost is your toothbrush. Not that kind of toothbrush, not if it's made from plastic, but I use a bamboo toothbrush. This is completely biodegradable. So when this reaches the end of its life, I will completely intact throw this toothbrush into the compost and it will break down to become soil. Composting doesn't have to be complicated. The 2 biggest concerns I hear around composting are, won't it smell and won't animals get into my compost? Luckily, there's a very easy solution to both of those concerns. All you need to do is bury your compost. Either dig a hole 6 inches deep, throw your food scraps in there and cover it with your soil. That will protect it. Or do exactly what you saw me do in this video. Throw your food scraps into your existing compost pile and cover it with some native soil, some grass clippings, or some of the scraps from your yard. This will prevent odors, it will help it decompose more quickly, and it will prevent any critters from getting into your compost pile. So what's holding you back? Get out there and turn your trash into treasure and use your food scraps to make black gold.